The podcast you're about to hear was made with Anchor. You can use Anchor to make a podcast right from your phone, no experience necessary. Plus, it's completely free. Get the app at anchor.fm/podcast.
You're listening to the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce and tech news, presented by Sumo Heavy. Here's your host, Bart Mraz.
This is the E-Commerce Minute for July 26, 2017. Luxury consignment with RealReal.
All right, so we're going to talk about something a little different today. We're going to talk about consignment and more importantly, online consignment. We're going to talk about the RealReal. The RealReal is the leader in authenticated luxury consignment. They connect buyers and sellers of luxury items like designer fashions, handbags, jewelry, and now even furniture. True to its name, it vets every item to make sure it's real before displaying it online. What they do is they take possession of every good before it's listed. They have 30 experts. They could be gemologists, watch experts, art curators. They're all on site to review and evaluate each product. RealReal sets the price, and the sellers get a commission. New sellers start at 55 points on each sale, but if you sell more within a year, you can grab as much as, I think, 77% commission on each sale. There's a lot of consignment sites out there, but the way RealReal differentiates itself is by focusing only on the luxury goods. They also do all the work. So if you send them your product, they take it from there. They do the product photos, the actual listing, they set the price. This helps you because all you do is stick it in a box and send it to them. It helps them because it maintains a consistent experience throughout the site. Following other e-commerce leaders like Amazon, Warby Parker, and Birchbox, the RealReal will be opening its first store in New York City. This comes after a very successful 18-day pop-up store, which they called a branding exercise. RealReal has to date secured $200 million in venture and equity funding and are considering an IPO soon.
Yeah, so this market is getting interesting all over the place. RealReal is interesting because it's the luxury good stuff, so you definitely want it to be authenticated, right? I mean, how many times you walked on a Goodwill or something like that, or Salvation Army where you actually found something crazy? And there's a lot of people going to these places and trying to sell it on eBay, right? But
Sure.
this is very authenticated. There's also ThreadUp, which is the lower sort of place to buy some stuff. I think that's interesting. They're opening a store because you would think that people just send their stuff to them, and having a physical store kind of compete with, I guess, Goodwill and Salvation Army.
Yeah, but if you look on their site, I mean, they're selling like side tables for $400 and pieces of art for $4,000. So it's a bit of a disconnect from a Goodwill, and that the only thing that's the same is that they sell used stuff. The quality of the merchandise they have there, A, can help them pay for the rent, and B, can also justify the prices that they have. There was an interesting video on talk about the authentication. I saw a video that TechCrunch did, and they had one of the authenticators showing the difference between a fake Louis Vuitton bag and a real one. And it's things I would have never even noticed, but this guy was an expert.
Yeah.
And you're right. There's so much fake goods out there. I think it's important to have that authentication process in place, which you don't get with eBay.
Exactly. And I think, Google is probably a bad example. It's actually like second time around, all the consignment shops that look at that, right? Where they don't really authenticate the stuff, right? Consignment, you just put it, you split the profits.
Yep.
That's kind of how it works out. This is definitely interesting. We'll see where this goes. I watched RealReal for a while, heard about it, I don't know, 2 years ago, I guess. They've been around for a bit. Kind of excited about the actual store. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'd love to check it out. So RealReal is run by Julie Wainwright, who ran Pets.com way back in the day. That's your little e-commerce trivia.
Ooh.
Yes, maybe she was ahead of her time, so we'll see how this does. Like I said, they got some venture funding. They're not looking to sell. They're looking to IPO. They're looking to continue the brand and keep it going and not not to sell it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So we'll see. All right. Anything else to add?
Not today.
All right. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today. If you like the show, make sure you add us as a favorite and share this with your friends. Please follow us on social media at Sumo Heavy. And finally, if you've got a question, comment, or suggestion for the show, call us on Anchor. Until next time, we'll see you on the next e-commerce minute.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.